So to start with, can you tell us a bit about yourself? Who are you? What do you do?
That's a question. That's a real. Who am I? If I knew that, that's almost like a Hamlet question. I am an artist, and what does it mean? That I am in a very privileged place that doesn't have a predetermined objective. Most places in this planet, in life, have predetermined objectives. I am in a very risky place in which there is not a predetermined thing to do. So I am very free in that sense. I can use all the means that I want to express what I want. Usually I try to open a window, to give a new possibility for seeing that I can share with everybody. This is what I am trying. And in order to capture this energetic world, that it's fluid and that it's all the time changing, I have been using from the very beginning all the technologies that we have now.
How does the scientific world integrate within your artistic practice?
Well, it happened almost naturally because as a child I lived with my grandfather, who was an architect and an inventor. And he put me in contact with mathematics, with geometry, with numbers, with the whole idea that underneath it all there is an order of some kind, and also making all the questions. In my case, also language, poetry, literature, and all the other aspects, drawing, painting, had a big importance. And somehow I naturally blended all of this in my brain. It's like the two hemispheres of the brain, you know, like one that understands reality in a more linear way, and the other that understands reality as a whole in a more holistic way. I somehow integrated them very early on.
What is your relationship with the light, and
Yes.
how do you play with human perception with this light?
Yes, light is at the origin of everything. Light is the voice of matter. Light is what really tells us something about the world. And from the point of view of being an artist, a visual artist, the first thing that I see is the light. In painting or in sculpture, in architecture, we move around, but we live in this light. And in the case of the work that universe that it's right now behind me, I've explored the limits of what we can see today with our telescopes.
And so for this specific piece, universe, how did you work all these images that we see that are layered in this sphere? Where do these images come from? Did you take them? Did you use archive images? How did you work with image and light to build this?
Yeah, in order to get all the images for the piece universe, I first used my camera and all the lenses that we had to look at the reality in the island of La Palma, at all the, mostly at the earth, at the sky, at the water, the light. In other words, the alchemical, a little bit an alchemical vision, very, very primeval vision of the island, of nature there. And then afterwards, I prolonged this vision with the telescopes, with the images from the telescopes. And since they didn't have all the images from the telescopes, I had to ask NASA. So finally, a lot of the images also come from NASA, and the interesting thing is that the sounds all come from NASA, because navigating in internet, all by chance, all of a sudden I discovered a file that said the sound of Venus. How is it possible? There is no atmosphere, so how can there be a sound? And then I listened to it, and then I started finding all the sounds of all the planets, the sound of the voice of the moon, the voice of the sun, the big lion of the sun, you know, and then I found a statement by NASA that with the capsules, when they're near a planet or the sun, they tape the electromagnetic vibrations, and they do the translation of this into sound.
I think that we can take this time moving and this perception of what has already happened to talk about one of the things that we have to bring out in the conversation, which is uncertainty.
Exactly. Well, that is one of the main issues about the quantic vision, the quantic fields, is uncertainty, and I think that it requires us to be flexible in a way that we have not been before, and it requires us to dare to not know. I mean, there are many things that we don't know, and we have to live with mystery. We are working and living in an enormous living universe that it's all alive. All of it is alive, and all of it is dialoguing, and all of it's dancing. Really, it's an energy dance of some sort, and we are part of this dance. We have to be aware of how small we are, but on the other hand, we have to be aware that we are also very large, because we are part of the dance, and anything we do has an effect on the dance. It's not like we see the world, we are in a bus, and we see through the window, and no. We are creating reality. We are all artists of ourselves, of our lives. We create our jewel, we create ourselves, and we all are making this reality, this dance, and what we call reality. We are all part of making it. And in that sense, we have to be very flexible, because we have to accept that we don't have the control. Ecology is not a set of rules that happens outside. Ecology is knowing, I am the earth. I am the earth. The earth is me, it's inside it, in all my veins, in all everything. I am also a tree, a flower, an animal, a bird, everything. It's all, and so if I have to take care of myself and take care of everything as me. And it's very important what we do, how we take care of ourselves, and also that our minds are clear and clean, because they put out words. The words are very powerful. Words are like commands, you know. Each word, if I tell you it's all going to be okay, it's not the same if I say the opposite. And all of these things condition the reality. And I think we have an incredible, very passionate moment in front of us, and we should not fall into fear, but be confident and reject the bad parts of the technology, the parts that are hurting the planet and hurting ourselves, but then use all the creativity and, you know, the fact that we can be connected all over the planet in less than 1 second, you know, all of that. We are totally enclosed in our confinement, and yet we have never been more connected with the planet than now.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Muchas gracias. Ha estat súper.